CCP is the largest pediatric and adolescent primary care network in southwestern Pennsylvania. In recent years, with the emergence of urgent care centers such as MedExpress, the dynamics of patient care has changed by offering more flexibility for patients with their health care. To compete with this new industry, CCP now offers all-day walk-in hours at select practices in addition to scheduled appointments. These walk-in hours allow for acutely sick patients to walk in at any time during regular hours of operation and allows them to be seen by a provider without an appointment. The purpose of this project was to investigate the positive and negative impacts of all-day walk-in hours while still maintaining timely and quality service to patients, as well as to provide a list of lessons learned and potential best practices to be implemented at other CCP locations. A statistical analysis of data provided by CCP's Central Business Office and an operational analysis gathered from on-site visits were combined to create a comprehensive analysis detailing the effects of all-day walk-in hours at CCP's Brentwood, Bellevue, and Monroeville locations. The statistical analysis for the 3 locations focused mostly on demand and wait time. Demand was looked at as scheduled patient demand, same-day patient demand, and walk-in patient demand. Same-day patients and walk-in patients make up acute demand, which is the demand unknown at the start of the day. The Monroeville location's demand and wait time did not show to be statistically different since the implementation of all-day walk-in hours. This is likely because of the small size of the practice along with very minimal advertising. The Bellevue location used a technique of dedicating one of their practitioners to only serving walk-in patients. Because of this practice, they saw an increase in acute patients, decrease in scheduled patients, and no change to their total demand since the switch to all-day walk-in hours. For the Brentwood location, scheduled and acute demand increased starting in March of 2014. This led to an increase in patient wait time when comparing across previous years. Because of this, we identified Brentwood's busiest days and times by patient type and developed a recommendation of how many practitioners should be dedicated solely to walk-in patients throughout the week to keep up with demand.
In addition to our statistical analysis, we also performed an operations analysis to see how the 3 different locations handled walk-ins. One thing we looked at was if doctors should be strictly dedicated to walk-in patients or simply have them put on their schedule around their current patient volume. What was determined from observations and the data analysis was that if a practice has more than 5 walk-in patients arrive per hour constantly for multiple hours of the day, then a doctor should be dedicated to serving those walk-in patients at the appropriate times of the day. Another practice looked at was the location of the exam rooms where the walk-in patients were seen. Should these rooms always be in one location, or should walk-in patients simply go to whatever the current doctor sees them in? The analysis found that having rooms specific to walk-in patients has no effect on patient wait times or throughput, but the potential to reduce congestion is high. One huge difference with the practices is how they each use their computer systems to progress through an appointment. There is a dot system next to each patient that is used differently at each location. One method of use should be used across of all CCP. If used correctly and interfaced well with the system, then CCP will be able to see key performance metrics about their practices more frequently. We also looked at other operational procedures for their practices and made some recommendations that are included in our report.
From the statistical and observational analysis, we have come up with some recommendations for the practices we observed and for the practices looking to open their doors to all-day walk-in hours.
The Brentwood practice has been stretched to near maximum capacity. The Brentwood practice should reallocate the number of doctors dedicated to walk-in appointments during different times of the day. In addition, they should strategically place their scheduled patients when walk-in patient demand is low. Bellevue patients are experiencing a shorter wait time now with all-day walk-in hours when compared to previous years, so we believe that they have the capability to handle additional demand. They should consider adding some scheduled visits onto the dedicated walk-in doctor's schedule during low walk-in demand periods. The Monroeville location's demand was not affected by the change to all-day walk-in hours. For this reason, we do not recommend that they change their methods of scheduling doctors or taking patient visits. However, they should begin to use their computer system as intended.
From our analysis, we found that all-day walk-in hours can open up CCP for additional demand, which can lead to increased throughput. By using appropriate processes and procedures for the locations, they should be capable of handling this demand without a dramatic increase in customer wait times. And then, based on our findings, we believe that other locations should consider offering all-day walk-in hours.